Again, hello. Thank you for your time. 17 of your players unavailable, I think, on Friday. Are any of those available now?
Yes, in this moment, some of them will be with us for the next game, and normally some of the players who played the last game in the first game official in the championship will be out. It means again we will not be complete, but this is the reality in this moment, and we need to take care about all of them because of the period what we had about the pre-season. You know that pre-season it was not a long how we want to be. We work more than half pre-season with 10-11 players because of the situation, and some of them is not ready to play 3 games per week, and we need to take care about them, to protect them, and to normally give chance for some other guys who will be ready for this game.
So you picked a side based on pretty much what you had available. So how impressed were you? And would you almost pick a young, hungry side like that from choice in the future?
It's a good chance for the young players. I agree, because we have a few of them who work with us in the last 2-3 weeks. They work hard. They're disciplined guys. They're the guys who follow the instruction, and normally they have quality. That means some of them will get a chance, and normally everything depends on them.
Do you have any ongoing injury issues? Troy, for example, how close is he to returning to training? Troy Deeney.
Troy, he's outside in the last 2.5 weeks. He started pre-season with us, and after 1 week, first week, he's moved out. I hope that he will be with us in the next days. Now, exactly which day he will start, I need to speak with him and with the medical staff of the team. Will give me exactly the day when he will be available to work with the team.
But from that, I assume that it would be too soon to risk him at Oxford in the Carabao Cup.
You mean about Troy?
Yeah.
No, but it's impossible. How he doesn't work with us 3 weeks. He cannot be in the squad.
João Pedro's performance on Friday, does that affect your thinking? If you've got these young strikers, Steve, Glenn Murray, if you've got these alternatives, does that affect your thinking on Troy?
In this position, we have 4 or 5 quality players. Yes, some of them is young. It was João Pedro, and he started the previous game. It was the first his game like starter, and he did his job on a good way. He's helped the team to win the game. Normally we have an Andre Gray who play a friendly game, but who get injured in the last friendly game. That means he's one of the option and quality player. We have Marek who is arrived. We have the Perica. We have Suarez. He's with us. That means in this situation, it's the team is, I believe, with all these choices complete. But we have in the other position some deficit. That means we need to move for some other position.
Vladimir, is it safe to say that the Carabao Cup is not a priority this season? Not a priority?
For us, every game is a priority. We will not think on this way that some games is not priority. Every next game is important game, and the most important game, and every next opponent is the opponent who we need to respect them, but normally we need to fight to win the game. I mean, this is my philosophy, and this is what I'm asking from the player.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Vladimir, can I ask you about Craig Dawson? There were suggestions on social media after the game on Friday that he refused to play. Is that correct?
I don't know something about that. I know that he was sick and he stayed out in the last few days. He stayed home to be good, to come back, and after this sick what he had. This is what I know now. Believe me, I don't know about the news about what's going on in the news, because I respect all of you, but I try to get the right information from our medical staff, and they are explaining me what's happened with Dawson, and this is what I know.
What is the situation with Estupiñán? There's reports from Spain that he has agreed to join Villarreal. Has anyone told you that is the case?
Yes, I know about him, but in the one club and in our club, normally the board of the club take decision together with me that means to his move, and normally we need to replace this position.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello, Vladimir. In terms of, you mentioned it earlier on, and I suppose it's a follow-up to Mike's question. Where do you feel that there is a deficit? Where do you now hope that the club will sign specific players? What areas?
This is a question, and after the game, but believe me that I prefer to keep this for us. That means I speak with our sports director, with our board of the club, and they know what kind of the position we need, and I was totally clear, and I explained them exactly how many players I expect to come.
Okay. In terms of the players that might be available for selection tomorrow, is there a chance that the likes of Danny Welbeck, Ismaïla Sarr could potentially play if they are ones that are coming back into the group or have now come into the group?
Some of them will be with us, some of them not. That means we'll see. I know, but in this moment I cannot tell you, because I prefer to keep this until the last moment before the game, and to give the 11 and the squad outside before the game.
Two players I wanted to ask you about. One is Daniel Phillips, who came on and made his debut against Middlesbrough. A young player, and I know that you've got a history of developing younger players in your previous jobs. Can you tell me about Daniel Phillips and what you like about him?
Yes, Danny is the guy who worked with us in the last 2-3 weeks, and he's shown me that he can be part of this project of this team, and normally we will use him, and in the future everything now depends on him. I told every time that I like to play, I like to work with the young players, I like to give them the chance, and the players who work hard and who want to be here, who want to give maximum for the club, especially if it's young guys, it's appreciate to work with them.
Vladimir, could you just say a few words about what you make of Oxford in particular? Obviously, they're a team that you could have been playing in the Championship this season. They very nearly got promoted, and not to be underestimated.
Yes, I watched them in the last game. What they did in the first round in the league. We follow them, and in the friendly game, that means they have a big squad. They have some quality players normally, and I know that will be very, very difficult game for us tomorrow. Doesn't matter if this team coming from the third division, but this team is the team who fight previous season to promote, and I believe that this team will be one of the team who will fight in this season to promote. It means they have a good squad, a good coach, and we must be serious from the first until the last second of the game if we want to pass in the next round.
The League Cup, I don't know how much you know about the competition, but usually it's a good chance to build up some momentum and also to give out some game time to the youngsters. How important do you think the competition is, certainly in this first few months of the season?
I said before that every game for us is important, because we want to see all of them, all of the players who is available to play, to start to play after this pre-season, what we did. and how I explained that this pre-season, it was not something usually what we want to do. And some of them work with us 1 week, some of them work with us 10 days, 2 weeks. And we know that this is not enough time to prepare themselves for the competition and to play every 3 days the game. We must think about a lot of things about about the player who played previous game, who need to rest, about the players who coming after 1 week preparation, if they are available or not to play 45 minutes, 60 minutes. No, all these things is now in our mind. And first of all, for me, is most important to these players who coming after the injury to be good and to think how I will use them in the game tomorrow. To have a lot of things to do until tomorrow and to take a decision who will be this first 11 who will start, who will be lined up.
And obviously you're the favourites going into this game, and you're the favourites to do well in the championship as well. Are you enjoying having this pressure on you?
This is something normal in our job. This is something totally normal that I know that the coach is this who need to have this kind of the pressure, and I work with this pressure in my ex-clubs where I work. It's not something strange for me. I believe that I can work with this kind of the pressure because this is my job and I like this kind of the job that I work now. And it's this pressure can make someone better. That means you need to be focused every day, every training, every game, and with this in this way you improve yourself.
Vladimir, a quick one on Kiko Femenir. He seemed to go off injured on Friday night. How is he?
He's okay. He's not go out because he got injured. He felt tired because he's one of the players who start to work with us 10 days ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, and normally that he's not ready for the 90 minutes. But I did substitution with him because of his physical performance, not because of his injury.
And just lastly, just a word on Tom Cleverley, because I think before the season started, people might have thought he might have left the club. You know, he's played for England, Manchester United, but he seems to have taken on a really important leadership role. He was captain, obviously, on Friday. Just how big has he been to your getting your idea across?
He's a very important player for our club. He's a very important player and to the pitch and out of the pitch because, first of all, he's good character and he's a good example for the young guys. From the first day, my day here, you know, I work with him and he showed me that he's a positive character, a good hard worker, and he show every day the same attitude. And normally, when you have some players like him in the squad, this is good and for the team and for the coach.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Don't go anywhere. There's more to see here.